I'm Jim Shanahan, Dean of the Media School here at Indiana University, and welcome to our first annual holiday episode of Through the Gates. If you've been a regular listener of Through the Gates on the podcast, you know we're usually an audio version, but we thought we'd do it to celebrate kind of the end of our first year of episodes here with a video holiday spectacular. So we're here to celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, and all the holidays, and we've got some very special guests to do that with us. First of all, we've got Dina Kellums, who is the archivist from IU, so welcome, Dina.
Thank you.
And along with her is Michelle Crow, who's Director of Communication at the libraries.
Hello.
And finally, last but not least, our co-host, Janae Cummings is here. Hi, Janae.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good, doing well. So let's get started on the interview.
I would first like to know what makes Christmas special here at IU.
Well, I think for me, just going around the campus in the physical space, the wonderful, wonderful decorations that they bring out to make the place just look festive. I think that that's pretty fantastic. But then we also have a lot of really great traditions, past and ones that are still going on.
What do you think is the most festive decoration of all the ones on campus?
Well, I think the sample gates. That's pretty amazing. I saw Ernie outside has a little.
Ernie got very festive.
He has a bow on right now, a red bow.
Ernie Pyle gets decorated,
yes.
just like everything else.
Yes, right.
He had a great red stocking cap, some nice yarn for his cup.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if you go through the IMU, the Memorial Union, it just looks gorgeous right now as well. Yeah. So there's a lot of special places on campus.
The candles at the IMU are probably one of my favorites, even though they're not as traditional and as some of the other things, but I've always loved seeing those large candles lighting up the building.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention our own festive holiday set here. I think we should.
This is amazing.
Right?
Yes.
So let's give ourselves some plugs here for the media school, decked out in our holiday finery as well.
It's pretty gorgeous, yes.
So what are some of these traditions that if you're new to IU like me, I've only been here a little while, that I might not know about at IU at Christmas time or holiday time?
Well, the one that comes to mind immediately, and a lot of people who have been around IU for a long time will remember, is the former university president and chancellor, Herman Wells, dressing up as Santa Claus around the holiday season. I've done some research about this, and what I can tell is I think that it probably started around 1947. He went to the Association of Women Students Christmas party, and the IDS wrote about how there was going to be this secret Santa there, and they weren't going to say who it was, but of course all of the students immediately recognized their favorite president. He also gave them a piano, the Union Board and the Association for Women Students. He gave them a piano that year as a gift. And then he went on to do that every year, for as far as I know, at least into the late 1970s. He would give out candy, he would show up at events, and he would give holiday gifts to people throughout the university. The IDS staff, of course, this was a different time period, but he would send them packages, cartons of cigarettes and candy. We have the his orders of what he wanted everybody to receive. The fun thing about the Santa suit, I think, or the Santa Claus, is I don't know what he wore that first year, but they must have immediately talked about the possibility of continuing it as a tradition, because he wrote this really scrawled note to the dean of the students. It was Colonel Shoemaker, and said, "If I am to continue to dress up as Santa, can we at least get a suit that fits?"
What brought about this tradition?
We're not really sure. I'm not really sure. The students loved him. He loved the students. He was very involved in their activities. They invited him to come to many of their events. So we're not really sure. Yeah.
He was a person who had the physical size to pull that off, right?
He did,
yeah.
Indeed.
So he was kind of like a natural Santa in waiting.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Santa in waiting.
What other traditions?
The other one that went on for over 50 years, was the madrigal dinners.
And you're saying madrigal and not magical.
Right, yes, madrigal. So it's kind of like a Renaissance fair that started in that also started around 1947. It started off as a very small affair. It was coordinated between the Memorial Union and the School of Music. They just had some singing of some medieval music and that sort of thing, but it turned into this really huge event. Hundreds of people would come. They would have it every evening for 2 weeks, and then they would still have to turn some people away because it was so popular.
So for students, staff, faculty, everyone?
Yep, public. They had food. One of the traditions was they brought in a roasted boar that they would actually order and get from Purdue for many, many years, and they would carry it in on.
See, Purdue's good for something.
See, they are. And they would have several fanfares, what we would think of as courses, and they would do these wonderful toasts and singing in between. I actually have one of the toasts that they did. Could I
Let's
share
hear
it with
it.
you?
Let's hear
Okay.
it.
A toast to all here under 20, may they find love and cash aplenty. A toast to all of 39 who are or have been for some time. A toast to all of 58, may they always find it never too late. A toast to all of 93, may they endure for a century. And one last toast, the final page, to those who won't admit their age. So we actually have lots of photos of this event and also some footage, and it just looked fantastic. It went until about 2001. And then they said that interest just really waned and the cost was quite a bit. The Bloomington Early Music Festival that's on campus, they tried to revive it in 2012. They held it off campus tickets were $55. I don't know anything about how that turned out. I just happened to run across a news story
What is a
about it.
madrigal? That's a certain, like, medieval singing kind of thing?
I think so.
Yeah, and Michelle, it seemed like you were familiar with this when I mentioned it. You know that, well, it does. Churches perform this in communities.
Absolutely.
So it's-
Around the holidays, a meal with service by singing servers, actually, and just this idea of a big celebration with fanfare and.
There's places where you can go, like, I don't know, Medieval Manor. Have you guys heard of that?
Medieval
Where-
Times
Medieval,
also.
yeah. It's
There.
Medieval Manor in Boston, maybe, where it sounds like that, where you have costumed
Yes.
waiters and waitresses singing, here is thou beef or whatever, and they did it in a Christmas version, I guess.
And I can imagine you said it was held at Alumni Hall. Is that
It's
right?
held at Alumni Hall.
And so you can just imagine that ambiance.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's
I
pretty
think,
medieval looking already.
yeah,
Oh.
and the long tables, I think, are part of that tradition, right? Everyone's sitting at a long table
So would
together.
attendees dress up as well?
I don't think that would be required, although I'm sure some.
Makes it so much better.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Cosplay, we
Yes.
call that now.
You know, if this
exactly.
was a cosplay holiday dinner, it would be back on top.
Well,
Maybe
it
it's a
could,
new way to pitch it.
you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Just update it a little bit.
Exactly.
Maybe replace madrigals with, rock and roll or some hip hop or something.
There's no way to know how people would come dressed, but you'd have a crowd
You would have a crowd.
and a boar.
And well, they apparently had to, I think around 1997, they replaced the live, or not live. Well, I think they did order and they roasted it. It was something else.
Formerly live.
Yes, right. They replaced the boar with something else. I forget what exactly
Just
it
a
was.
lot of hams.
Maybe
That's
a lot of
disappointing.
hams. Yeah, yeah.
I wonder how many boars it takes to,
That's a good question.
fill Alumni Hall with.
I don't know, but they had flaming puddings that they would do, and we have recipes from what they would serve.
These people were partying like crazy.
It was, it's not, and when I've watched some of the footage of the events, it's no wonder that it petered out. It looked like it was a tremendous amount of work, a lot of work went into it. A lot of love, though, too. It
My
seemed
guess
like
is there's
folks-
some insurance thing that popped up that said we couldn't do that anymore.
That could certainly be risk management, shut it down.
They're like the boar, that's too much.
All I can imagine is a Hogwarts feast, a Harry Potter
Yeah.
Hogwarts feast, and I want to take part.
Well, that's interesting that you mentioned
I
that.
have a cape.
You have a cape.
Is there Christmas stuff in Harry Potter? Do they ever have
Oh.
Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
The floating
So-
candles. Yeah.
The
There you
great
go.
big tree with Hagrid bringing it in. Oh, yeah.
Possible future tradition.
There
Yes.
you go.
Got any others?
Yeah, the other one, which I always think Hogwarts. I lived at Collins. I was a Collinsite, and they have the Dickens dinner that they started in 1978. And it was one of their residents who thought of it because she said as she looked around the dining hall, she thought it looked like it was something out of Oliver Twist. Well, I've always thought it looked like something out of Harry Potter myself. So that is something that they organized, as I mentioned, in 1978, and it continues. They still have it this year, where it's a Dickensonian dinner. People dress up, and they read excerpts of Charles Dickens, and yeah. So there you go. Are you getting over there?
So that's still going on.
That's still going on.
Yeah, interesting.
Do you have to live at Collins to attend?
I think it is for Collins residents, but I'll bet if you expressed interest that you could get an invite.
I'm just a random adult. Would you mind?
Maybe next year we could start a media school dinner, and then we could control it.
Oh yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, you've got this wonderful space.
Yeah.
We know
If
you
You
can
are
decorate.
Dumbledore. I can be McGonagall, and we can. Have a-
Dumbledore is good.
Yeah, Dumbledore is the best.
Okay. I want to be Dumbledore then. I know enough to know that the bad guy is Voldemort.
Yes.
And
But you should not speak his name, so
Oh.
really put your foot in.
I have to
there.
admit, Harry Potter, my daughter read all the books. She was old enough to read them, so I didn't have to read them to her. But I know tons of adults who've read them as well. So I'll put that on my list for next year.
Or just watch the movie.
Or watch the movies as well.
It's a
right.
less literate
Magical.
approach, but
Uh,
it's a faster one.
the path of least resistance for me. So let's have a new tradition
Okay.
here on our first video podcast, Holiday Spectacular Special, the Christmas Hanukkah Holiday Quiz.
Okay,
Do you guys want to participate in that?
let's do it.
There's actually no choice. So
Okay.
Is there a prize?
yes, there is a prize.
Oh.
You will receive the lovely decorations that we've posed
Also,
behind
our admiration,
our admiration.
which goes really far.
Ah, yes.
I got 10 questions. So
Am I allowed to participate?
Yeah, no, you're in. You're in. Okay. You ready? You know the movie Christmas Story, right?
Okay.
You all know the movie?
Yep.
What's the name of the little brother?
Randy.
Oh, so good.
That's one for Janae. Congratulations. I don't want anyone to feel bad, but she's ahead. All right.
I'm
You
also
know,
super competitive.
she's like, a good thing we don't have buzzers, right? Note to self, next year, buzzers. You know the Christmas carol, Here We Go A-Wassailing.
Yes,
What is wassail?
that's from the Madrigals.
That's a madrigal thing.
It
drink.
is. Yes.
It's a warm drink, isn't
You
it?
warmed
Even
it
better.
with
Can-
spices.
Yes.
Mulled spices.
Yes. I'm going to
With
give you all.
alcohol.
It's a hot mulled cider. You're all going to get a point there.
Awesome.
Is there a recipe for it?
Oh,
No.
oh, we were high fiving.
Yeah. Except,
I thought you were just.
except I'm not giving you an extra point because I want everybody to be even. So, no, I'll give you one. All right. The dreidel, which is the spinning toy, right?
Oh, I thought that was going to be the answer.
No. What are the letters, the Hebrew letters on the dreidel? This was really for Jen, and she's not here. Shout out to Jen Purek, our colleague.
I have no idea.
How about instead of
Aleph?
this? No, you're already wrong.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know how to pronounce them actually. Nun, Gimel, Hey, Pei. Why don't I change the question? Can any of you sing the song associated with the dreidel?
Dreidel,
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 made
dreidel,
it out of
dreidel,
clay. Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
The dreidel, with the dreidel I will play.
There you go.
That's a point for everyone. Okay. Okay, so a success, I'd say. What Indiana
like this
town?
quiz.
This is a good quiz.
This is.
Everybody gets an A in the media school. Yay!
Okay.
Participation. What Indiana town has the most Christmassy name?
Santa
Santa
Claus.
Claus.
Of course. All right. Are there any others that we should? Here's a Popcorn, Indiana. Popcorn's sort of Christmassy.
Nah, I
There's a harmony, our
Oh,
new harmony,
sure,
which
new
is very
harmony.
togetherness.
Yeah.
That's very holiday.
All right, we'll go with that. Maybe our listeners will write in with other names. So what Jewish songwriter wrote the classic White Christmas?
Oh,
Gershwin?
No.
I just saw this at the auditorium.
I can't
It's
think of it.
wonderful.
Sung is
I'll give myself a point for this question. That's Irving Berlin.
Oh,
I was afraid to say that out loud.
Why?
Why would you be afraid to say that?
Because I thought he was the producer of.
No, he was a famous songwriter. He,
Oh,
great
okay.
American songwriter, of course.
there's
Shucks.
no room for fear in this quiz.
Yeah, no fear. There's a lot of Christmas songs that were written by Jewish songwriters, Tin Pan Alley, that kind of thing, more than you might realize. And they were happy to write them, and so there's more out there. Well, we're on songs, so let's complete the lyric. Ready?
oh, okay.
Oh,
Good King Wenceslas looked out. Da, 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 da.
Upon the
Midnight clearing.
You're on. No.
No.
Don't. She's on it.
upon the leaves of Stephen? Upon the
the something of Stephen.
Oh, no, I
Imagine Stephen was coming to the
Feast of Stephen.
Yes.
Upon the Feast of Stephen.
Yes. Wow, Janae, very good.
Yes.
I have another complete the lyric, but I forgot to write in the lyric that completes it. So, but you might get it.
Okay.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer.
It's the most wonderful time of
the year.
Michelle gets a point.
Good job. And because I had forgotten to write down the actual complete the lyric, I'm glad you got it. Okay. Objectively speaking, which is better? Mariah Carey singing All I Want for Christmas, or Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett singing Baby It's Cold Outside?
Mariah Carey, and I will tell you why.
Are we at
and
the
I will
mall?
not I will not expound on this because it's a family program, but Baby It's Cold Outside is a problematic song, and I will leave it there. Except to say that there's nothing wrong ever with Mariah Carey. She is flawless, as are her songs.
All right, that's one answer. Any other takes on a Mariah versus Lady Gaga and
I'll
Tony
go
Bennett?
with that. I know where you're going.
So it's the subtext of the lyrics of that you're okay.
Yeah.
You want to pitch in here? All right.
However, Tony Bennett is the most amazing person. If he simply sang something else, I would say that was better.
Right, and he's just turned 90.
Oh, wow.
And he's been singing that song continuously for the past, 90 years, I think. Something like that.
Did you see him here last fall?
I didn't know.
I went.
I have seen him.
It was amazing.
I think he's great. All right, so that is the correct answer. So points for everyone. True or false? Michael Bublé is annoying.
False.
False?
True.
I'm going to say false.
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 We
I
got
have his
two.
holiday channel on my Pandora right now.
I just thought that would be a provocative question. I feel
What
it's
is your opinion?
My opinion is I've watched his Christmas special for the past couple of years. Like, I do like to go back and watch, if they're on a rerun of the Andy Williams Christmas special, as hokey as it is, because it's got funny colors from the 70s and things people wear, and it's all, goofy. And I felt that's what Michael Bublé was trying for in his various Christmas specials, same kind of thing. So I was imagining myself 20 years from now wanting to watch them with a bit of ironic detachment, but also nostalgic fondness.
Who is Andy Williams?
Andy Williams was It's the Most Wonderful
Oh,
Time
okay, I
of
see.
the Year. But you guys know who Andy Williams is? Janae. We're going to give Janae a little
Take a
primer.
point away.
Yeah, all right. You're right.
I'm still winning. I see what you're trying to do, and I'm still ahead.
She's still ahead. Yeah. Question 10. Who is Andy Williams? All right. Last question. What is the real meaning of Christmas?
We are all getting a point then because this isn't fair.
For me, I think it's to me the real meaning of Christmas is family. It's just a time to be able to relax and spend with family, and hopefully in good cheer. Hopefully,
Functional family, right?
functional
Yeah.
family.
For me, it's always about faith and family, and it's very much a celebration of all those things that are important to me. It's a really good season. And we just got to be at church yesterday and hearing the children sing, and those are the moments that really matter to me.
Children singing, it's hard to beat that.
It
Can you beat
is.
that?
I can't because I don't have any children. I only have animals. And no, but they do wear outfits that I put on them, which I think is very, very important.
What kind
also
of animals
to my
do you
experience.
have?
I have 2 pit bulls, Fletcher and Nala, and a cat named Luther.
Do they have
He's kind of a
Christmas
jerk.
outfits?
Yes, they have stockings. They have everything.
Yes. Yeah.
They have antlers.
Wow.
They have all of it.
I love
But
it.
they can't sing. They can only stare
Do
at
they
me.
howl like, you know?
No, but they're very aggressive at passersby on the sidewalk. They get very upset,
I see.
which I guess could be singing. Anyway, I would say that Christmas is about family and togetherness.
Yes.
So.
Nice answers. All incorrect. The real meaning of Christmas is getting better presents than your sibling, right? No, I'm kidding.
I have 3 kids, and we've already had that argument this year.
I
So-
remember Christmases where, you know, sometimes if you're a parent and you want to equalize the presents you give to one versus the other, it can be hard to, like, because the kid's going to have a very fine-grained analysis. Like, that G.I. Joe's 2 points better than your Barbie or whatever. But to the parent, it's all just toys, you know? So
Right.
it can never be completely equal.
Do you have that one present that you remember from your childhood that you wanted so much and
I
got?
can remember a couple of them. One was, the first present I remember getting was a G.I. Joe, actually. And my mom, I was begging her to let me open a present on Christmas Eve, because we usually open them on Christmas Day. What do you guys do?
We do a little
All
bit
of
of
it.
both. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
We've already
continuously.
started. And it's
Yeah. So I remember the G.I. Joe, and then the other one I remember was many years later, my grandfather bought me a drum set, a whole drum set.
Oh my
But the thing is, he had bought it for me a little bit before Christmas, maybe like a month before. So consequently, on Christmas Day itself, I didn't really get a lot of other presents because the drum set was so, you know, awesome. But still, I was kind of hoping there would
They
be
should have given you the sticks on Christmas.
additional. Yeah. So what about you guys? Favorite present?
I still remember getting the Nintendo when that was a
the
really
first
big
one?
deal to have that. Yeah,
Have you seen the video of the kid getting the Nintendo 64?
Oh my gosh.
You got to
I
look
don't
at that.
think
It's a YouTube video.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you got Nintendo.
Yeah, I had to share it with my brother, but you know, it was one of those things where all the other presents were open, and we were kind of like, oh, that didn't seem like a lot.
And then there was another one.
And then there was, oh, maybe you should go look over there. Oh yeah, so that was really
Parents
neat.
do like that.
Yeah.
How about you, Dina?
Well, you were asking, your original question was, is there a memorable gift that you
Yeah.
remember getting? So I have a memorable gift I remember not getting. I don't know. I think I was probably 8, 9. I wanted the Trivial Pursuit set so bad. Yes, I was a geek even then. And
What reason would there be not to get that?
I think because I'd asked my parents for one of the specific sets, and when they read it, they thought, oh, that's too old for her. We're not going to get her that. And instead of getting me the junior edition, they just didn't get it for me, period. I was so upset.
Do you remember, I'll add a question to my quiz. Do you remember the reason why, I think Ralphie was his name, right? Why did they not want him to have the BB gun?
Shoot his eye out.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot your eye out
Yeah.
with that thing, kid. And by the way, I got a BB gun. And I almost did shoot my eye out with it. But I'm okay.
You gotta have a little risk. In
Yeah. How about you?
Oh, I was spoiled, so I often got what I wanted. Also, my younger sisters were far enough apart that our presents didn't compete.
There you go.
So, but I had a dad who, I don't know, was like 30, so I got a Nintendo the summer it came out because he wanted to play Nintendo.
There you go.
And I got new games because he wanted the new game. So I always had really awesome things because my dad was young enough to
Dads do
still
that.
be into them. So I don't know. This is probably a failing of my parents.
So he got you a power saw and a...
This is an absolute
Sewing
parental
machines
failure.
and flat irons.
But I don't know. Maybe I got some rollerblades once. I kept
that's
upgrading in video game consoles. I had a lot of pairs of Air Jordans.
Yeah.
Um,
So where are you guys going to be for Christmas? Without divulging, too much to the world.
I am going to be celebrating with all of this lovely family. I have my brother coming in today from Las Vegas, where he's stationed.
Here in Indiana.
Here in Indiana.
So he's in the military.
Yes, he is in the Air Force. And then my sister-in-law is coming in from Virginia, and my aunt and uncle are coming in from California. So I'm going to stay right here and just enjoy everyone being in the same state.
How about you, Dina?
We have a real small family. We'll go to Ohio for a few days and visit with my husband's family, and then my family's here in Indiana, so they'll be at my house. So very small, very low key.
I'm from a little north of Indianapolis, so I'll be going there to my Nana's house to join all of my cousins and being spoiled, awful children.
Anytime a Nana is involved, that sounds like a good Christmas.
It's a good Christmas.
And I'm going to go home and have, like the movie, Christmas in Connecticut. Movie from the 40s or 50s. I'll be there.
Are
My family.
you faking a career to,
Is that part of the movie plot?
isn't it?
I don't. I just know the title of the movie.
Okay,
In
do not play
Christmas-
Trivial Pursuit with you.
Give me a synopsis.
In Christmas in Connecticut, there is a woman who is pretending to be this wonderful mother and homemaker out in the rural area
Yeah.
of Connecticut, and
Yeah.
so she writes an advice column, and a soldier reads her columns and idealizes this experience. He wants to meet her, and so he gets back from war, and he's a war hero, and they connect them, and so he wants to go out to Connecticut to spend Christmas with her, and she has to find a husband and find a child, so she borrows a kid,
Oh my
and she borrows a child from
this movie.
the maid and asks a friend to pose as her husband, and it's a whole affair, and then at the end she falls in love with the soldier.
Strangely, I'm doing all of those things. Exactly. Well, we used to have Christmas in Connecticut at my grandfather's farm, which is very picturesque and just like you would imagine a Connecticut farm. And it was something that will live in your memory. Now my mom lives more in a town, and so nobody will be faking. Well, there might be some faking going on, but nothing like you described. So,
It's a really good movie, by the way.
all right, I'm going to watch it, and we'll discuss it next year for our second annual holiday podcast spectacular. What do you think about
I
that?
think that's fantastic.
Sounds
and you both
perfect.
have to come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
You both have been great guests. Thank you for
Thank you
being
for
on
having
our
us.
show, Michelle and Dina. It was lovely to have you. Janae, it's been a great year. I want to wish
Yes.
you a happy holiday.
Same
Happy
to
New
you.
Year to you.
Same to you,
We'll
sir.
do all this again for another year of podcasts. So check us out. What's our website? Do you remember?
It is provost.indiana.edu/podcast.
provost.indiana.edu/podcast, and you can hear all of we've done about 40 episodes this year, so this will be
Wow.
episode 41. A lot of great stuff in there. We're going to keep cranking through them for next year as well.
And you can subscribe to those on SoundCloud or iTunes.
Yeah, or SoundCloud, iTunes, see us there. So
Yes.
that's it for episode, or for the first holiday podcast spectacular. Thanks for being with us. We'll go out with a little bit of music, and we wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year.